Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is your boy, Joseph Stones, and my CHAMP of the D, the mastermind, Garrett Plunkett. How we doing today, folks?
What is up, everybody?
What is up? So, as we told you guys last week, and then we failed to execute it, we are pre-recording the Movie Madness episodes now. So, you're going to be seeing more of the same. And I'd like to show you, I want to say co-host now of Movie Madness, co-host of Movie Madness. All right, are you ready? Garrett, can you, because of your musical talent, can you give me a drum roll, please?
Yeah, you think I could, but I'm a lyricist, so yeah. I mean, most I could do is... Casey's back!
I got the Yeezy foam runners on.
Oh my goodness!
We're in style today.
Oh, so Casey, my question to you is: did you win that in a dance pole fighting competition?
You know what? I didn't want to come on here and gloat, but I won grand prize. Grand prize.
Yeah, you did. You did us proud, Casey.
So at some point, and hopefully soon, I want you to give us a demonstration. I want to shoot a demonstration and post it for the fans because
I'm sure there's lots of questions about what what it is.
And like honestly, that thong outfit that you guys use is absolutely like.
I mean, who would have thought a singlet thong is a thing?
You know,
it is.
I didn't know they existed until I started training.
Now, is it comfortable?
It rides up a little bit, but overall, it's I mean, it's comfortable. You get used to it.
You get used to it, right? You'd be surprised.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
I can see that. I'd also like to add before we get started on today's list that as of today, I don't know if this is a real thing. I don't know if he's trying to crowd fund it, or if it has already happened, or the attention that was already going on that I wasn't paying attention to already garnered stuff. But Pauly Shore shared
Biodome 2,
a photo of Biodome 2.
So I think it's happening, dude.
So, and I said this to Mike Lindquist because I sent it to him. I feel like if that movie gets made and we get to, as a society watch it, this may sound like an insane theory and insane things, right? But like when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, I was like, this is gonna like change the world and this is gonna suck. And it sounds stupid, right?
Right.
That's something like that, like technically trivial, but like it did change a lot. Like he shouldn't have been able to get away with that, and like more people are still paying attention more about Will than Chris. And it's like, can we check on Chris Rock and make sure that he's cool with it? I mean, like it's not like he's a bitch and he's gonna be like oh my God, Will Smith, but it's like it was a big social thing, you know what I mean? But if you really think back to it, if you really think back to it, like when Pauly Shore stopped making movies, the world kind of started to like suck a lot. So like I feel like if Biodome 2 comes out and we all get to watch it, the world will just start getting better. It's a crazy theory, but I swear to God, dude, I feel it's a movie that
I'd love to see Biodome 2, like
it's a movie I feel like we all need.
Man 2, like there's so like. I love Pauly. Do you remember that mockumentary he made after he like...
Pauly Shore is done?
Oh, my God. Was wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. So, all that aside, hashtag we love Pauly Shore.
Hashtag Pauly Shore love.
Now, Garrett, is there anybody you want to shout out or
well, we got to shout out the people who make the show happen. Rockin' Horse Tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Go see Josh. And then we got Seasonal Sports. All right. And, if you need anything, just go to their site. We have a store on their site. Go to them. We need to start sharing the info, the sites right in the comments. Is what we also need to start doing.
And
I'm not tech savvy. So.
I started messing around with some new logos and stuff, and there's things that I'm working on to add to the store to, add some diversity, because right now it's all Wrestle Fandom stuff, no Movie Madness stuff, but there's some things like
this show is starting to pick up.
The No Ball Z logo I wanted. Did I ever show you that, Casey?
No, I don't think you did.
So when we were beefing with Anthony, I came up with I think I posted on Instagram. Just remind me to show it to you later. We need to start this. So today's episode is Tom Cruise movies. Next,
a little bit. There we go.
So when this airs, so we'll air this episode next Friday.
Yeah, we'll air it. Yeah, we'll air it when we can.
The day Top Gun Maverick comes out.
Right.
So it'll coincide with that. I like that. So, starting off, we have Last Samurai versus Night and Day.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I kind of took the who's that one comic? He was on the Chappelle show. He was talking about, how's Last Samurai starring Tom Cruise. How's that? I mean, like, how's that? So, like, I'm like, wait, the movie's called Last Samurai and it's starring Tom Cruise, But then I watch it and, like,
it makes sense.
It kind of make, it does kind of make sense, I guess, like, for the plot where it's, it's a
There's
good movie.
There's a lot of hate for Last Samurai. I just hear
it's not hate. The movie's a good. No, it's a good movie. Like,
I feel like I've only heard hate. Like, as the world's become more progressive as it has, but
right. I mean, I thought that like as soon as it came out, and I had nothing to do with any of that. But then I eventually did watch the movie.
You just like Night and Day, don't you?
Dude, Night and Day is so good.
I knew that's where this was going.
Okay, but no, here's like the because he plays a lot of some of his characters have the same type of skill set that that character has. Right, like like Ethan Hunt has the same type of skill set.
They have a particular character, set of skills,
Jack Reacher.
Yeah, Jack Reacher, the character from Oblivion or Minority Report.
His character from Tropic Thunder.
But that character in that movie, he's this odd type of super nice, and it mixed with like this super like deadly, dude.
I feel like it's how the real Tom Cruise is.
You know what I mean? Like when he's taking her
standing on the couch,
right?
Tom Cruise, like, hey, I'm crazy and I'm super nice, but I'm going to murder you.
Yeah, like when he's taking her out of the diner, and he's telling the dude, stay in the booth, stay there, or stay, like go. I told you not to get, and then he shoots him in the leg. And he's like, I told you not to follow me. He's like, I shot you there. You're gonna be a hero. Everything's fine. All right. And he gives him a thumbs up, and he gives him a thumbs up back. And just it's Night and Day is it was surprised. I wasn't expecting anything. I'm like, oh, Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz. Okay. And then
but
it's
it
like
works.
and you think like like
see, it does nothing for me.
The whole with me without me thing, like that's great.
Like, she ends up getting a huge case of Stockholm syndrome, and like she's like ends up being just as nuts as he is, and that movie literally does absolutely nothing for me. I think it's shot well. The fight, the action scenes are great in it. It just if I see that it's on when I'm flipping through the channels, I'm immediately going to the next channel.
Wow,
I just don't like my vote's Last Samurai. I don't like Night and Day.
I like Night and Day. I think it's pretty entertaining. Yeah. I would go with that, honestly, personally, but that's just me. I don't know.
It moves on. All right. I'll reach over there and write down a bunch of stuff. So
then we got Minority Report versus Edge of Tomorrow. I hate you. I absolutely hate your guts at this moment. Because Minority Report was awesome. Toward the end of the movie, like I think they stumbled on the landing a little bit.
Yeah, it's like because the beginning to middle is unbelievable. Edge of Tomorrow is unstoppable as a movie.
Oh my! Like it is.
It takes the whole Groundhog Day effect and like
it takes Groundhog's Day, mixes it with Halo.
Mixes it with sci-fi and gives it a reason for happening. Because in almost every other Groundhog Day effect movie, like you don't get an explanation for it other than, oh, it's like divine intervention and this person has to fight. No, it's like these aliens literally have the ability to do this, and its blood gets mixed with his, and he gains the ability to do this. And she also had the ability, but then she lost it. And because then,
he got it,
and then,
Edge of Tomorrow for me.
It's Edge of Tomorrow.
It's one of those things, I can't tell you how many times I would go see a movie at the movie theater. And
Debbie Does Dallas?
But like,
dude, by the time he was born, Debbie Does Dallas 12 was out.
The
Capitol Theater shows throwback movies.
The amount of times that trailer would play before a movie, I'd go see with my friends, and we would shit on, just based on the trailer. We would shit on that trailer so much. And be like, well, I mean...
I feel like that's like Tom Cruise is like a top shelf Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. No, he really is.
And like he really does... Like,
at all times. Like there's no dip in the quality of his work.
But like literally, like Nicolas Cage is the great value Tom Cruise. And so like a lot of the choices, a lot of stuff he does... He's doing it because he wants to do it. Most of the time, they end up being blockbusters, regardless. Unlike Nick Cage, kind of just does anything for everything. And I still want to see the Weight of Massive Talent.
Go see it.
I guarantee that's because I haven't seen it yet. I guarantee that's going to be like probably one of the best movies he's ever done.
It is immaculate. It is immaculate.
It's gotten rave reviews.
It's going to be, but like it's like I read the synopsis for like The Color of Space, and I'm like I don't want to watch that movie. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm okay on that.
Right,
So it's Edge of Tomorrow. Right?
Edge of Tomorrow would get my vote anyway. Yeah.
All right. So then we have Born on the 4th of July and Rain Man.
Yeah. I feel like okay. So like
you're not have Vanilla Sky on here.
What? Is what?
You don't have Vanilla Sky on here.
Why would Vanilla Sky be on here? We have 24 Tom Cruise movies. Like
you're missing a really big pick, actually. That's not on here. What? One of his best acting performances ever. The skit that he did with James Corden jumping out of a plane. He had to act like he liked James Corden the entire time, which is one of the best I've ever seen in my life.
I don't see Tropic Thunder on here either.
It's not a Tom Cruise movie. He was a bit part in it, not a cameo.
He's the most memorable.
He's the best character. He's the best character in it. But it's
TV timeout. He's a co-star in that movie. It's not just like a cameo where he's there for one scene. He's in the whole entire movie. So and if we get a majority vote on this, I'm saying we take out 4th of July and put Vanilla Sky, and I'm saying we take out what's that?
All the Right Moves.
Yes, and put in Tropic Thunder. Casey?
I would go with that, yeah. I'm good with that.
He's seconding that. All right.
I'm good with that.
Are you good with that? Are you good with the Vanilla Sky? Because I didn't think Vanilla Sky was. I didn't think it was.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen Vanilla Sky, but I've recognized that name over whatever other movie that was.
Right. 4th of July.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
It's an older
movies either.
That was probably. What year were you born, Casey?
I was.
I think it came out. It came out when we were little. Like
it came out like. What year were you born, Casey?
2000.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. The oldest movie I've seen on this list is Rain Man.
Born on the 4th of July. I was 4 years old. It came out in '89.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what Born on the 4th of July is?
No, not at all.
So it's kind of a biography kind of movie, and it's.
He was born on the 4th of July.
Yes, and his father's like a World War II veteran.
Okay.
And he goes into the Marines.
Okay.
And goes in Vietnam, and he gets injured, and he's in the wheelchair. It's a very dramatic movie. It's a good movie. The acting's great and everything. It's just not something I ever rewatch. Like
it's like you see it once and you're good.
I've never heard anybody mention this movie ever until this moment.
You see
Man. What? Go see it. Like it's an Oliver Stone movie.
I'll watch it.
It's a good movie. Like
I just don't think it would outdo Rain Man for me.
No, absolutely not.
No, I mean the heavier acting in that movie was also done obviously by Dustin Hoffman. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But I mean he still acts well.
You don't have Rain Man without Tom Cruise.
Yeah, you still don't. Right. You still don't have it as how it was. Right. Which then takes us down to
Oblivion versus War of the Worlds.
Oblivion versus War of the Worlds.
So
this War of the Worlds was a different take on the original once, because the original had the whole world outlook of it. You know, you're seeing this world government deal with it. You're seeing that world. You see they attack here, they attack there, and in this, you take a family man from a broken home who doesn't really have a relationship, or he's not a family. He fell out with his family, and then he has his kids, and he has a hard time getting along with them, and then aliens attack, and then aliens attack. And
what's the synopsis for Oblivion? Aliens attack.
If you've never seen Oblivion, I don't even want to say the synopsis because this movie is so good. As far as an original sci-fi, I would say it came out in the 2010s. I would say without a shadow of a doubt that between probably this and Edge of Tomorrow were the best two sci-fis of that decade. Easy.
Damn.
Easy.
Damn.
Have you seen Oblivion?
I remember trailers for it.
Okay.
I never ended up watching it.
Okay.
Oblivion was
Oblivion, you're just by the time the big reveals and all the stuff starts happening, you're like, oh, I have sunglasses on today because
he's in the sunglasses
because
chair.
I'm in the sunglasses chair because Joe's not the only cool person here. But I was literally
the fact that somebody thinks I'm cool makes me happy. In my heart.
Oblivion. So I like this World of Worlds a lot. But I would have to go. Excuse me. Try not to burp. I have to go Oblivion on it.
So for me, I don't want to take this as shitting on Oblivion because I think Oblivion's a good movie. And you say original movie, I would use that term very liberally because it takes a lot of things from a lot of different movies and throws it in a blender, mixes it up, and it makes.
So did Independence Day, and it's still a classic. You know what I mean? They took everything from everything.
No, absolutely. And honestly, most things are concepts that we've visited, and then just from a different perspective, from a different angle. Some things are changed, but I don't know. There's something I saw a couple different iterations of War in the Worlds when I was younger, and I've actually listened to portions of the old radio broadcast.
Yeah, so have I, yeah.
Okay. And anybody know,
the history behind it? Yeah.
So when it was
because nothing like it had been done. Had you ever heard about this?
A country in South America thought that we were being invaded.
They thought it was real.
They thought it was a real radio,
because
news broadcast.
They were doing this live.
In the 50s, right?
It was
in the 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
It was before television, and how they would do the radio shows and everything.
Yeah.
Might have been
so
in the 40s.
They broadcasted it, and people, and it was in a country in South America, literally rioted, freaking out.
They thought we were actually being invaded.
Attacked.
Yeah.
That's some of the greatest marketing, though.
Right? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So that's how crazy it was. And then they made the movie, and I think that's why when they made it, they went.
I've always enjoyed that whole, and it's such a. Yes, it's happening on a grand scape, but you're focusing the whole bridge scene in War of the Worlds gives me agita to this day. Oh my, what is gonna happen? And I've seen this movie a million times. I know what's gonna happen, but it has that emotional effect on me where I'm not just sitting back chilling on my phone watching or whatever. I'm come on.
The house scene.
Yes, that too.
Dude, where it's coming through and searching, and they're just trying again. I've probably seen that movie 5-6 times easy, and I'm still duck, hide. You don't want that thing to see you. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be real. Let me tell you right now. I'm gonna have one of the craziest takes you're ever gonna hear about this movie.
Hang on, let me do a single for it.
It does get my vote, and here's why. Mainly two reasons, and you're never going to hear these reasons probably ever again from anybody who would pick this movie.
Tom Cruise looks hot in the movie?
Different than that.
First off, Tom Cruise looks hot in every movie.
He does look great.
Except Vanilla Sky.
Except Vanilla Sky.
When I was younger, I had a huge crush on Dakota Fanning. because I think she was like a year older than me when that came out.
Right.
I think she probably still is.
Still is, yeah. But
That's how time works.
No,
but yeah.
I had a huge crush on her, so I wanted to watch it solely for that fact. Also, and I might get lynched for this.
Whoa! Why don't we use a different term for that, please?
I might get attacked for this.
I like it.
This opinion.
Canceled.
I just got canceled. First episode.
I will never cancel you. Trust me.
I'll tell you this. I know everyone likes to say Scary Movie 1 and 2 are the better of the scary movies because the Wayans brothers were behind them. I love Scary Movie 4. And
I've never even seen it because 3 was so bad.
Oh, I love those. Anyway, Scary Movie 4.
I used to have the whole collection on DVD.
I love Scary Movie 4, and it takes a lot of the plot from War of the Worlds because that was huge at the time, and so I love it for that reason alone. But
because it influenced a comedy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But I love that. I love War of the Worlds. I love it. I've never seen Oblivion, so I can't attest to it. You know.
So you're going War then. So I'm losing out. Okay.
Yes.
That sucks.
Welcome to my world.
That sucks. All right, because Oblivion is fantastic.
All right, so now we have Mission Impossible.
All right, so now we're hitting all the Mission Impossibles. It's kind of good that there's.
You know what? Why don't we save that for after? Let's go to Risky Business.
You want to tackle all the Mission Impossibles all the way down to
let's
find
do
what.
That last.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm gonna have to.
That'll be fun. Just doing them all right to the end and then hitting the rest.
Yes,
I'm down with that. Let's do it.
Because I feel like we're gonna have. I'm gonna pull up Mission Impossibles on Wiki and be like, this was 1, this was 2, this was 3. Because the last few, because it works as like an overall thing, kind of blend together a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. There is an overarching story for the last 2 of them, I believe. Yeah.
So let's definitely get to that after. Okay. So we've taken out all the right moves and replaced it with Tropic Thunder because that was
overruled.
Voted. That was overruled versus the Firm. So the Firm is it's obviously like it's a dramatic movie. It's he was doing that was when before he had kind of hit the.
That was
the action movie phase.
Let me see what year they came out. That was he was still like Risky Business.
Yes, it was still like
we don't have Cocktail on here either.
A Few Good Men. Cocktail, but it's like
I don't like Cocktail. I'm just saying like
that's what I mean. Like
it's one of those Tom Cruise movies.
If this was a 32 list, I mean Cocktail. I mean you'd have to put it. He's only been in like 65 movies or something like that. You know what I mean?
The Firm came out 7 years before Casey was born.
Right.
And I've never seen it, so.
Yeah. So it's a dramatic movie. He's literally like literally works for a firm.
Casey, you were 8 when Tropic Thunder came out.
And guess what? And I saw it that year.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand half the jokes.
Oh my God. So Tropic Thunder is genius on so many levels, and I feel like I'm glad that movie got made because you couldn't make it now. You know what I mean? And it really is just a genius on every level, and it might be like I would say this, and then as far as like I would say this is Ben Stiller's best work because not only did he play a good character in it, but he also like directed it, so he was very good. And I would say
he directed it.
Yeah, so his Tropic Thunder. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that he's behind the scenes on it.
Okay, so it was written by Ben Stiller with Justin Theroux and Ethan Coen. And sorry to tell you this, Garrett, but
who directed it?
Ben Stiller.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't realize Stiller.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Right, yeah. So and then just the genius behind all the stuff, but like I feel like the only person who put out the performance that you might have been expecting was Jack Black. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because he did but everyone else is
Ben Stiller, Jack Black, RDJ, Nick Nolte, McConaughey, Steve Coogan.
Steve Coogan stepping on the landmine, dude.
Like, Bill Hader, Tom Cruise.
Bill Hader is in that movie.
It's packed.
Okay,
and everyone turns a performance that is completely memorable in it, and probably more RDJ than everybody. What you mean, you people? what do you mean, you people? You know what I mean? Like
Brandon T. Jackson is very underrated in that movie.
very like for me, he actually stood out in the group of people that, like, once Steve Coogan is gone, like the group of people that are left, like it's Brandon and the skinny kid. They actually, because of the idiocy of the other three, they carry the team. They carry the five of them. Those two characters carry the five of.
T. Jackson's character is your point of view character in that movie,
right?
Because he's like
he's
new to Hollywood.
What was the other kid's name? Why can't I think of his name? Why do I keep blanking?
He's in all the Seth Rogen movies. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And he's like the soul. Like, so he's the soul, and then like the other, and then he's the brain.
Danny McBride's in there too.
Danny McBride kills it.
It's Jay Barchel.
Jay Baruchel. Yeah. So like, and like Jay's like the conscience, or he's like the soul.
Well, if you remember,
and Brandon's like the conscience, and they're like
the actor who have read the script in that movie,
right?
So he knows what they're supposed to be doing,
right? But then Tom Cruise comes out of left field with, like, I saw he was on.
Was that his like first role that was like that
straight up that comedy?
Yeah,
like straight up that much comedy. I think so. And he did, because he's him and Ben Stiller did like the Mission Impossible thing, where they were like laughing the whole time.
So like before, it might have been like.
But he comes out of
when
left
Mission Impossible
field.
2 came out, they did for MTV Movie Awards. You know how MTV Movie Awards always does like spoof skits?
Yeah, well they used to, yeah.
That's what they did.
Okay.
Have you ever seen it?
Ben Stiller. I don't remember that one. I remember the Jack Black. I always remember the Jack Black one where he was doing Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, no. So you gotta
I'll
look
have
it
to
up.
Look that one up.
It's so
Ben
funny.
Stiller hosted one year, and
yeah. So I think it was when he was inside the actor studio. I think when he was on, like, he actually like reenacted this part, like just in his regular, like as he was, and he redid. What was the character's name?
Les Grossman.
Les Grossman. He did Les Grossman just sitting there, just like the yelling, and the character. He's never played a character like this, like before or since. Like Les Grossman, it was a one of a kind character, and when you think about it, like a
lot of his characters are very, very similar throughout.
Right.
But you look at the cast of this movie, and I don't think really any of them, like, I think Jack Black and Ben Stiller might have done some stuff, but none of them had really done anything. And you got to think, this movie came out the same year as Iron Man. So,
oh my, wow.
So
he was having a good year.
RDJ, up until this year, was for the most part unmarketable.
Right.
He was he's not like how people think of him now. And for him,
I think the only worthwhile thing he did was Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
And then he did the
Well, they poked fun at that in this movie too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he had done that movie with Keanu. I forget the name of it. It was like a weird animation. Scanner Darkly?
Scanner Darkly.
Yes. He had done that.
That movie gave me a migraine. I'm not even joking. I got a migraine watching that movie.
I'm not going to say. I'll say my mind state was altered when I watched that movie.
No, mine wasn't, and I got a migraine watching that movie.
But so,
you ever seen it?
Tropic Thunder,
that's weird.
With Tropic Thunder, it almost like Iron Man. It was a perfect storm.
Yeah,
like it came out at the perfect time with the perfect cast, the perfect movie, because you're starting to get that peak of like reality TV and people obsessed with stars and everything.
Yeah.
But Tom Cruise's and Garrett said cameo. It's not a cameo. He stars.
No, it is. No, it's a bit. No, I say more bit part, because cameos are like when Ryan Reynolds shows up in Ted and like smiles and doesn't say anything and then like
or
walks
Hugh
off
Jackman,
screen. That's a cameo.
Or Hugh Jackman.
Cameos are literally one screen. Like he had a bit part because he, like, while he is in like probably from the middle or like the first like third of the movie on, he doesn't actually have that many scenes.
Except he pops.
But his scenes are big because of how he acts them,
and it's like plot too. Without Les Grossman, the plot of this movie does not work.
It actually doesn't work.
He's the anchor to the real world.
He's not only the anchor to the real world, but as soon as he comes on, like, because you're kind of watching it, you're like, is this movie just a little bit too ridiculous? And then Les Grossman shows up, and then you're like, okay, this movie's absolutely ridiculous, and it's perfect, and I love it.
See, and the thing I love about this movie, which is different from other comedies that have like the physical action and everything else, this is taking.
We've been talking about Tropic Thunder for like 10 minutes
because it's amazing. But this is taking,
and he still is, whether you can argue it or not. He's a bit part. He's important, but it's a bit.
I'm gonna agree to disagree with the fact that he's a bit part. But anyways, what I'm saying is, it's taken how crazy celebrities can be, and how you have these method actors and everything else, and it's grounding it in reality.
We're going Tropic, right?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm just writing it while you're talking.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going.
And it's a comedy that's put in. It's almost like how Clerks is almost.
Yeah.
Like where it's I'll say the earlier Kevin Smith movies where this is comedy stuff that's happening and it's wild stuff that's happening, but like it's all could happen. Almost like the Dark Knight trilogy. You know what I mean?
I wish there were enough Kevin Smith movies to do a whole list.
It's getting up there.
I'm surprised, honestly, they haven't done, if like Tom Cruise wanted to make a quick, easy cameo in a movie, they could do so much just bringing that character from Tropic Thunder back.
For a time, there are talks of a spin-off just on Les Grossman.
Oh, I don't even mean a spin-off. I mean, have him, tie him in. It could be literally a cinematic universe of just movies that he's attached, like the character Les Grossman is attached to.
Anything that's about actors.
Exactly. Right. You can have him show up
doing
and it's
things in the real world.
Universe.
It should be like Les Grossman should just be showing
amazing.
up. At some point, I would be awesome if Tom Cruise was like doing something and then Les Grossman calls him up and screams at him.
So
it'd be great.
I'm going to introduce something in this episode, and I'm going to call it the move on. We're moving on.
We got to move on.
We're moving on.
We got it. We got it. So The Firm is good. It's a good drama. Maybe it should have been up against something that's another drama.
It's the devil's advocate without the devil.
Yeah, That's you know what?
Wow.
That's a very good analogy because he's working for a firm that it's the devil's advocate. It's an evil firm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's the young, brash.
So what do we got
devil's
next?
Advocate without devil. So then we got Legend. The Legend versus
the Legend
Reacher 2, and I put Reacher 2 on above Reacher because I feel like Reacher 2 was better, with the exception of the scene, the bar scene, which was the scene that was shown in the trailer, where like the scene after, like, so it starts off when he starts kind of arguing with the girl and her brothers come, and then like he goes outside and he beats up like all 5 or 6 guys.
Yep.
Right. So, and that was the scene that was like shown, and that was the big thing. But that was pretty much the most action in that movie, and a lot of the rest of it was just drama of all these other things. Reacher 2 had way more action in it for it, and with having, I feel like, the same amount of drama, just dialed up the action.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that doesn't always make it a better movie, but I feel like it made it a better movie for this. Now, I haven't watched the Reacher series, which I hear the creator of Jack Reacher likes better because he's more of the character, because he's also like the same size.
So this is what I'm going to say.
Because Alan is the size of Reacher.
I've read some of the Lee Child books.
Right.
For Reacher.
Yeah. Lee.
I've watched the movies, which, after reading the books, I was thoroughly confused on a lot of choices, including the casting of Tom Cruise as Jack Reacher.
Right.
And then I've also watched the series.
Right.
To say this, I'm going to try to say this in the nicest way possible, and I'll go to a single cam for this.
Uh-oh.
F the Jack Reacher movies.
Whoa.
Okay? Because they are Jack Reacher very loosely in plot,
right,
and very loosely in character.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. I've never read the book, so like I had to take the movies at face value.
He's not Jack Reacher.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair assessment. Like I said, I had to take it at face value as I watched it.
It would be the equivalent of casting Jonah Hill as Shaft. Okay.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
I understand where you're coming from.
So-
and then Legend is literally one of those movies from like that era of these 80s fantasies that go along with like the Dark Crystal and what is the oh god, it's like dark, like in like Never Ending Story and all of these other amazing movies that came out around the time. Now, like, if we were to talk about those 80s fantasy movies, which we will do a list coming up, and we've had past guests who want to come back. I think Googs wants to come back for that one, right? I think so. But yeah, so I mean, okay, so you have Tom Cruise in it. Mm-hmm. The biggest anchor, obviously, is Tim Curry.
Okay.
As the devil. Or as
I've
as
never
the
seen
demon.
it, so I wouldn't.
Oh, dude,
I've
you
never
haven't?
seen it, no.
Oh my God,
I was never really big into those type of fantasy movies, though. Like I was never into Dark Crystal or.
right. What's the other one I'm trying to think of here? It's the huh?
It's kind of like Willow.
No.
Never-ending Story?
First off, don't get me started. Yeah, don't get me started on how
like
amazing
Dark
Willow
Crystal?
is. Okay, I will lose my mind. We don't have enough time to talk about Willow. That's in the 80s fantasy. We'll go back to that. Okay. No, there's one like Dark Crystal. Oh, The Labyrinth. There we go.
Yes.
It's around movies those times, and what's her name? Jennifer Connelly was in both The Labyrinth and this.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like all those. While not having to talk about those, are better than Legend because
like fantasy.
because of the way I would say more about the way Legend like the way it was cut, like this not even the cinematography. The cinematography is great, but it's the editing of it and like how the story is told to you.
Tim Curry's in it also.
Tim Curry is he's a god in my opinion. Like he's a god of acting.
So
if you've seen Clue, you've seen enough. Okay, like
Rocky Horror, bro.
Oh, Rocky Horror, yeah, Oh God,
Home Alone 2?
all of the voice acting he did. If he did nothing else on screen and was only a voice actor, he'd still be Legend.
So okay, so the thing with like Legend.
So I think
it's good.
Yeah. So,
but here's the funny thing: this movie came out the year before Top Gun. So like this was literally like the last of young Tom Cruise. And like Tom Cruise was in The Outsiders.
Yeah.
And like Tom Cruise
he had one of the smaller roles in the guys who talked less.
He was one of the brothers.
Yeah.
I think. Like
so he still had the crooked teeth.
Yes.
And everything. Yeah.
So
for a guy's teeth
I'm going Legend.
Yeah. I mean I would go Legend over that as well. You know,
I'm a sucker for an action movie. I would have picked Reacher too.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Like I said, I liked Reacher 2 more than that. But that even just Legend is.
And the only thing that puts Reacher 2 over Reacher is Colby Smulders is in it.
Oh God, yeah, great. She was so good in that. So, all right.
So looking at this, so you can just write Top Gun down. I feel like.
Yeah.
Did you want to go up here and just tackle all of these?
We're gonna put the 3 there, and we're just gonna go through Mission Impossibles.
And then okay. Oh, I see what we're doing. Yeah. Okay, so obviously Top Gun is going over Night and Day.
Top Gun, yes.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
And does Days of Thunder beat Edge of Tomorrow?
Not in my opinion.
No. Edge of Tomorrow gets it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a 3-way on that? I thought I was going to have to argue that.
No.
Don't get me wrong. So everyone's going to lose their mind. Days of Thunder is amazing, but it's also, for me personally, it's also NASCAR, and I don't so much care. So
I'm sorry. I'll be the guy to say Days of Thunder is okay.
I still think the acting in it is great. It's him and what's his name? Who's the
shit.
He was, he's in Guardians and Walking Dead and.
Oh, Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker, yeah, like him and Michael Rooker in that, like going at it, their chemistry, and that it was so good. But ultimately, it's about NASCAR. It can be acted well all day. It's about NASCAR, and I kind of just, it's just still not my thing. You know what I mean?
I don't blame you.
It's not.
I like Edge Tomorrow more personally. It's just,
So all right, cool. So we got Edge.
But we could act really, really well for 2 hours inside a cardboard box. Doesn't mean it's a good movie.
Right. Yeah.
So then we got A Few Good Men over Rain Man.
Oh.
or going against Rain Man, I'm going Few Good Men.
I would also go
flat out. Like
I would say Rain Man. Okay, A Few Good Men. I have nothing bad to say about A Few Good Men. The performances are great. Like it's super memorable.
Joe, I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth. But like the thing is, I feel like the rewatchability for Rain Man is much higher than A Few Good Men, because A Few Good Men, like you're sitting there, you're like engrossed in it, and as good as the acting is, court scenes, like it doesn't tickle my balls. Like it just doesn't.
See, I'm a sucker for a good court movie. I'm a sucker.
But Few Good Men goes on, Rain Man.
All right. So then we have War of the Worlds against Jerry Maguire.
War of the Worlds.
Oh, yeah, War of the Worlds.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Again, it's another
It's
you know, like drama. It's great, but ultimately it's like
it doesn't have aliens in it.
It doesn't have aliens in it. You're talking to a certain group of guys right here, okay? So all right, so we're gonna put Few.
All right.
And then
War.
And then War. Okay.
Wow.
And
then we're gonna go Risky Business
versus Tropic
Thunder.
So let me talk about Risky Business a little bit.
Okay.
All right, Risky Business is such an iconic movie, and like
solo yourself for 1 second.
Okay. It's such. Are you gonna slide in your underwear?
I said not me, you.
Oh. That's what I meant to do, but I thought you were gonna take off your pants and slide through in your underwear. So like, So like it has iconic scenes. The plot is like crazy. Like my parents go away, I need to get money, so I literally become a pimp. Like, and as a young kid, seeing that subway sex scene was super super hot, and like it's this wild crazy movie. It's like a more serious Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's such a good movie. Like. It's so iconic, and like honestly, it was one of those movies to jump Tom Cruise up on the way to stardom. And he's this young guy. I'm pretty sure it's long before Scientology warped his mind.
Yeah.
And like who played his best friend in that? Hang on. So this movie actually came out before I was even born. This came out in 83. So Garrett was like 15 when it came out, I think.
Okay.
Because Garrett's super old. Who plays his best friend in this? I'm like, Sean Penn, Gary Sinise, Kevin Bacon, John Cusack, and
so great cast.
Oh well, no, none of them were in it. They all auditioned for the role.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Sean Penn, Gary Sinise, Kevin Bacon, John Cusack, and Tom Hanks all auditioned for that role. But then you have Tom Cruise. I always say his last name wrong. Joe Pantoliano.
Yeah, he's great.
He played the what was it, the pimp? Curtis Armstrong, who plays Booger. He's in it. He plays his best friend in that, I believe.
Okay.
And then Rebecca De Mornay, which I can't even tell you anything else she's done after that. But like, she was like this cool, older, hot. It's just, I don't actually see a 2 for you and me.
Hey, what year did Risky Business come out?
You were like 15, so it was 83.
It was 83. That's the year I was born. Okay.
So
it came out the year I was born.
All that said about Risky Business, I'm going Tropic Thunder.
And you know what? I'm also going Tropic Thunder.
All right. So then it doesn't even.
Tropic Thunder. It's funny. Tropic Thunder wasn't even on the list originally.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised. Yeah.
And then Legend.
Because I still like as a Tom Cruise movie. Like I said, I don't even like. Yeah, he's got a good part, but I don't put it up as a. I don't think of it as a Tom Cruise movie.
I do. And then,
it's a cruise.
So I know you weren't here for the last episode, Casey, but Interview is going to be going on.
Yeah, Interview with the Vampire.
And you know what? I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, like he's so good as Lestat that it's
awesome.
Yeah,
I can't.
There's not even a comparison.
My dad has raved about that movie.
It's so good.
Like,
everybody
I
in
feel like we need to take a day one day, us three,
And just show me like
and like just record.
yeah.
Even if it's just audio, a commentary of a couple different movies.
Yeah.
And then so we got Top Gun versus Edge of Tomorrow. Top Gun is my vote. Like
I'd go Edge.
oh man.
Yeah. I'd go Edge.
apparently you've never been to the Danger Zone.
I love the song.
So
I
what
love
you're
the
saying
song.
is
Don't
right
get me
now,
wrong.
if I felt like knocking out Top Gun, I could.
You could. You have the power.
You absolutely could.
I'm not going to.
Damn.
I know you.
All right, that's fair.
I'm not going to.
You want to know why? You want to know why you're not going to, Garrett? Because you haven't lost that loving feeling.
Yeah. I'm not going to, if only to honor Goose. Okay, like that.
It's Top Gun, man. If Top Gun doesn't make the final 4 Tom Cruise movies, we should
We're not even doing our
That
job.
is fair. That is fair.
We're not even doing our job. So Top Gun is going to go on to the final 4. We got a few good men
versus War of the Worlds. I'm gonna keep War of the Worlds going.
That's a tough one. I'd go Few Good Men.
I would also go a few good men.
All right, so
Yeah.
a few good men make.
Okay,
makes it.
so
So then, before we dive in to the Ethan Hunt
Saga.
yeah, we have Interview with the Vampire versus Tropic Thunder.
It's
I'm going Tropic Thunder.
it's
motherfucker.
Interview with a Vampire.
Tropic Thunder.
Come on. No.
So I'm
no.
gonna-
Interview with it. You're talking like his pull as Lestat.
Spotlight's on you, Casey.
Over like the small amount, the maybe 10 minutes of screen time he has as Les Grossman.
That's Grossman, baby.
You're out of your mind.
Nobody.
You guys
I'm
ready?
not-
You were out of your mind.
You
Hang
guys
on.
ready for this?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tropic Thunder.
My man.
Your guys are out of your mind. No way could that, like, he's so.
This is payback for Blade taking the.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ugh.
Okay, so now.
Ugh.
I'm
Felt. I need a shower after writing that.
All right, I'm pulling up the Mission Impossible franchise.
Okay. Well, we can at least start 2 and 3 because it was literally just Mission Impossible 2 and Mission Impossible 3 that had completely different.
For a while, there was only the first
three. So
2 was directed by John Woo.
yeah.
Had the theme sung by Limp Bizkit, which I take a look around, which
Yeah.
9th grade me absolutely loved. Now the 3rd movie was helmed by J.J. Abrams,
Right.
and you had Philip Seymour Hoffman as the bad guy.
Much more personal story.
Much more personal story, and with 3. So 1, oh sorry, my bad. So 1 was heavy on the espionage,
Right.
couple throwbacks to the original series and everything.
2 is heavy in the action.
2 was a John Woo movie, if I've ever seen a John Woo movie. Mission Impossible 3, and I'm going to say this now and take it as you will, is arguably my favorite installment of the series.
It's fair.
The balance between it, adding the personal life to Ethan,
Right.
the death of Kerry Russell in the beginning of it,
Right.
like the tie back. I felt like Abrams and I'm an Abrams
Right. Yeah, I like a lot of other stuff
the
too.
balance between everything, the balance between the action, the drama, the espionage, and this is where you have Simon Pegg introduced to the series, like where the team really comes together. I love 3. 3 has a very, very special place for me because the first one was cool. The first one was good. The second one was super cool. And the third one I found the balance and found the beginning of the format that they use for the rest of these movies. And without 3, I don't think you have the rest of these movies.
Right. So you want to hear something weird? Is the first time I watched Mission Impossible 3, I didn't like it. Okay.
Okay.
No. Hear me out. So.
Kerry Russell got
Because
killed
it
at the
was no, I actually have zero feelings about Kerry Russell. It's kind of weird. I thought that was one of my favorite roles that she did because I was like, yo, Kerry Russell can do action.
Felicity, bro.
You know what I mean? That was pretty good. So, but then like I ended up as time went on, I got like more mature. I felt like it was a more mature style movie, and
I get
I kind of still have the same feelings about Mission Impossible 2 as when I look at all 6 of these together, that Mission Impossible 2 is my least favorite. So for me, 3 would easily go over 2 here.
So like
For these two, because I feel like it's the very high stylized action, and 3, like you said, 3 is just it's not my favorite of all of these.
When
but
Mission Impossible 2 came out,
but I like 3 way more than 2
but like
for
you
this.
said,
For
as
this.
I aged, my rankings of these movies, my appreciations for these movies changed. Because like as a kid in junior high school, Mission Impossible 2 was, oh my god! Like then they got Limp Bizkit to do theme song, man. Like oh my god, this is awesome. But as I grew up, like
I was like, who cares?
the substance behind 2. There was like the action's amazing.
Oh yeah,
that whole motorcycle with the guns and everything.
Yeah,
flipping amazing.
It's too much.
But
now
like,
it's too
in
much.
retrospect, like you look like plot wise of this movie, like Tom Cruise had long hair and a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Didgeridoo Scott was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Who was the original?
Doug Ray.
Who was the original Wolverine? And then he had backed out like a week into filming, and we got our Hugh Jackman. Where you going, Case?
Mission Impossible 3 is my least favorite Mission Impossible movie.
Okay.
And
you were also born in 2000.
You're right. You're right.
I feel like that affects so many things.
It does.
Mission Impossible 3 came out. You were 6 years old.
Yeah.
How was kindergarten that year?
I wasn't in kindergarten. I was first grade. First grade in 2006.
Aww.
I'll be honest. I really like Mission Impossible 2. I like Mission Impossible 2 more than Mission Impossible 1. So I would give it to Mission Impossible 2.
I want to get a graphic in here that says Millennial Alert.
Listen.
A red thing.
I am a sucker. I am a sucker for seeing Tom Cruise climbing on a mountainside, hanging off the side of it, driving around with a leather jacket on a motorcycle.
See, this is why you need to watch the Ben Stiller thing too, because you're gonna laugh your balls off because it's hilarious.
Yeah,
but we're going 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going 3.
Okay.
So then we got
5 versus 6. So we had 5 was Rogue Nation, and 6 was Fallout. Very similar, I think, more similar than
because they're directly
Ghost Protocol to either of the other 2. Even though there's a overarching story in these 3 now, as there wasn't in the first 3. So
correct.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I will go 6 just because of Henry Cavill with a mustache.
Wow.
Just because of Henry, just because of the Superman mustache.
I really liked his heel turn in that movie. The airplane scene and everything. I thought he brought a lot to that movie.
He did. He did.
Like I really think he brought a lot to that movie.
And thanks to that movie, we got the awful CGI of the mustache being gone.
No. That's because of Joss Whedon.
No, that wasn't because of Joss Whedon. When they came back for reshoots, they're like,
yes, because of Joss Whedon.
You're right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because of Joss Whedon, he could have just taken everything he had and released it, and
I want to put
instead he crafted in a bag and gave it to us.
So,
and I love Joss Whedon, okay, because I'm the biggest Buffy fan.
I want to make a rule right now, and I'm right there with you. Joss Whedon he's done so much for, and I want to say our culture.
Yeah.
Okay. But after everything that has come out the last couple of years and everything, I let's not say his name because it's like finding out. It's like when they always say about meeting your heroes, you don't want to meet your heroes because they'll always disappoint you.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for many 20 years, I thought he was the man. Like he wrote great comics. He did great movies. You know, he did everything, and to find out that he was ultimately such a scumbag. And like you have like all the actresses on Buffy like say it. Like Michelle Trachtenberger wasn't allowed to be alone in a room with him during Buffy. And
I haven't even read all of the stuff. I've only seen a few people talk about a couple things.
It makes my stomach churn and it hurts my heart.
Really. All you need to know about him is the fact of the randomly thrown in Black Widow and Hulk romance that in Age of Ultron. That's all you need to know, and you just think about
so So I'm going 6 over 5.
I would go 6 over 5 just for the opening scene alone.
Yes.
The opening scene, I legitimately, me and my father went to see that premiere night, and I came to, my dad doesn't know a lot of like current things or current things that are huge right now. He shook my hand and dabbed me up after seeing the opening scene. He's like, "We're in for a good one," and he never stays awake during movies that long, and he stayed awake the entire time. Yeah, it's a great movie. I love that movie.
6 goes on.
6 goes on. Yeah.
So then we have 1 verse 3.
And I'm saying it 1. I'm going 1.
I'd put 1 over it as well.
You said as much, and I would have gone 3, and I'm standing by 3 because I think 3 really builds and does better upon what was done in 1 and 2. But I will appreciate your guys's.
So Mission Impossible 1 for me is just like the more that the other ones like came out, it was just like here was still this like classic.
Right.
Espionage, like spies, they're trying to like figure stuff out, and here's a double cross, and oh wait, hold on, there's a triple cross, you know what I mean? And like there's it's excellent. It's just so good. It's
And I will go 4 over.
Are you going Ghost Protocol over 6?
That's a tough one for me because 4 got me into the series.
Okay.
But 6 I feel like is just the most perfect Mission Impossible movie.
Well, with some franchises too, it makes sense for other ones to be better the longer they go.
Dope.
Some
Ghost Protocol overall is a phenomenal film. I don't really like Jeremy Renner's character in it though, so I would put 6 over it personally.
I like Jeremy Renner's character.
Wow.
I thought he played a very good counterpart to the Ethan Hunt character, and I think they really flipped the franchise.
The thing
on
was
its side when they did it.
Right. I think the thing was with Jeremy Renner is he was Ethan Hunt like 20 years prior.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was the company he at the very beginning of the first Mission Impossible, like that's who Jeremy Renner was playing now without any of the like
You mean Ethan Hunt was Jeremy Renner?
What?
You said it flipped.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. I'm saying that Renner's character was would have been Ethan Hunt if all that crap hadn't happened to him.
And
the company guy,
right? The company could do to him.
Yeah, you see the company.
Here's the thing, though.
Here's what happens to the company guy because they're the same age.
Ghost Protocol doesn't have something, and that's Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin is a great character in 5 and 6, in my opinion.
I do love his character.
He's great.
And
he's fun to hate in those movies, so I like him.
But Ghost Protocol, it took the franchise in a new direction. It upped the ante. Tom Cruise started doing he started doing his own stunts in 2, but he really took them.
They upped the craziness of all the stunts. They started doing it in 4.
I'm going to change my answer. I would go 4.
Yeah.
Because of the Dubai.
The Dubai scene, the glass,
no,
the glass scene.
Yeah, that is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I like the.
So then we got 1 versus.
The jumping across the alley was crazy. The hanging on the side of the thing, but to me, the glass Dubai thing, that's crazy. Even crazier. So that's even crazy.
So 1 versus 4. I don't know if you guys remember. I know Casey doesn't because he wasn't alive, but in the late 80s, early 90s, there was a Mission Impossible show for a couple seasons.
Right.
I knew that.
And it was a direct continuation of the original show. And I remember watching the show with my dad. And, they had the whole, into the mask stuff, the espionage stunts and everything. And I really, really, really felt that the first Mission Impossible movie did that justice. I almost felt like it was a continuation of the show.
Right.
And having John Voight's character in there do the heel turn, which you don't really even see coming.
Right.
I thought it was brilliant.
Well, because you think he's dead. You think everyone's dead.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I'd still go 1.
I'd go 4.
I'd go 1.
Yeah, 1 is still my ultimate.
Damn.
It's still my ultimate favorite here.
All right,
of Mission Impossible.
So now, even though we've done this a little funky today, we have Top Gun versus A Few Good Men. Mission Impossible versus Tropic Thunder.
Oh God.
I'm taking the top two.
I was gonna say, if Mission Impossible and Top Gun don't go against each other right now, I'm fighting somebody. Like,
Guess what? I would have put Few Good Men over it.
yeah,
Yeah, I would have.
I'm glad you got outvoted.
Yeah.
And I know Garrett's putting Mission Impossible over Tropic Thunder.
Oh, absolutely.
So we got MI versus Top Gun.
Damn.
Who wants to go first? I'll go last in case of tiebreaker because I have a feeling Casey's going to go Mission Impossible and Garrett's going to go Top Gun. That's where my guess is.
No.
You're going Top Gun?
I would have went Top Gun. Yeah.
Right. And Garrett, where are you going?
I don't know.
So you want to go last?
I can go last.
Well, you're not going to because I'm also going Top Gun.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So then it doesn't matter. Okay.
Wow.
So yeah. So
Top
I mean,
Gun is the Tom Cruise movie. Like that.
it's the quintessential.
He can do
You never
10,
close
20
your
Mission Impossible
eyes
movies.
anymore
He will always be known
when
for
I
Top
kiss
Gun.
He'll still be Maverick.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll still be Maverick over being Ethan Hunt.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think personally.
Pete Mitchell, dude.
Well, because most people are going to think to themselves that, I mean, maybe not us, but I feel like if I asked my mom, hey, who's the main character of Mission Impossible? She's not going to say Ethan Hunt. She's going to say Tom Cruise. Whereas if I say, who's the main character of Top Gun? She's going to say Maverick.
Goose.
Right. So,
Goose.
Iceman.
It's Goose. Yeah, it's Iceman.
Volleyball is the main character of Top Gun.
That's fair.
Volleyball.
All right, so guys.
The jet.
So, Top Gun wins the Tom Cruise things. I want to thank our sponsors, Seasonal Sports, Rocking Horse Tattoo. Guys, make sure you like everything on Facebook, the pages. Like us on Instagram. Follow the TikTok at Joey Stones. We're putting content on the Facebook pages, on the TikTok, on the Instagram. Follow everything at the D. Follow it. Top Gun Maverick comes out today. I'm going to go see it. I know these guys are going to go see it. Go. Come on, go. Why are you still watching us right now?
Why are you
the
watching?
show's over, guys.
Yeah, like now it's okay to stop watching us. Now you can go watch Maverick.
So, this is Joey Stones.
This is Garrett. That's Casey.
Casey.
That is Casey.
And this is Movie Madness, guys.
And we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.